We are going to start our take-home test in a little bit, but I wanted to go over the last 2 pages of this packet. I think this packet is going to be very helpful for you. It's a good thing for you to go through and familiarize yourself with the things that will be on the test. So this next question on here, on page 3, it looks similar to the one we had done yesterday. Let's see.
Right?
She called you stupid.
Yeah, she said that only stupid people can't tell if they're out.
Do you know how many times you wear your shirt like that inside out?
Okay. No hurt feelings.
Probably not.
Throwing shade at each other. Real star.
All right. So this question asks for what is the range? All right. So which value does the range deal with? The x or the y value?
The S.
So the other way.
Why?
So y. Domain and range. Domain and range are alphabetical, and x and y are alphabetical. So this goes with the y values. Okay. So we want to look at the y values of this. Okay. That's the elevator riding up from way down low. When would we start seeing our graph from the elevator? Yeah.
0.
0. And where would we go to?
Possible line.
Keeps going, right? And why is it a square bracket?
Oh, because it's closed dot.
Yeah, good. Closed out.
Wait, I'm so confused.
Okay.
Why is it 0?
You're right.
I don't need you explaining it to me, just so
To the Y.
neither you.
Ready?
I think you need something.
Okay. Oops. We have hearts. All right. We have a heart.
Like, come on.
This is our elevator coming up. Still with me?
Yeah.
It does. If I can only look out directly this way or directly that way. I can't look up or down. So right now, if you're on the elevator and the elevator, if you're at the very top, you'd be able to see it, right? And as it keeps going,
Again.
it'll go all the way to infinity for you seeing it.
But why is it 0?
Unless it's
Because this right here is 0.
Zero.
The x-axis is 0.
Oh,
What? Because this is a number line, looks like this. So 0, 1, 2, 3. I did a really bad spacing of them, but.
okay.
And then down here, this would be down here like -1, -2, so on and so forth. Okay. So let's move over to the next one. Let's see. Y'all ready for this quiz?
No.
Pretty good.
Of course.
I'm excited.
Is this a unit quiz?
Yeah.
Really?
Really?
I'm gonna Google all the answers.
Okay. Can't stop you. So I will do it.
I actually respect the take-home test, so I'm not gonna do it.
All right. So now they want. This one's asking
I trust
for the domain
Me too.
and the range. So we just did the range on the last one. So the domain, we have to remember, goes with the x values. The range goes with the y values. We just said that on the last problem. So the domain, if I'm going to continue to go that way, does the graph still exist above or below the line?
Yeah.
What about if I go that way?
Still infinity.
Still in. So negative to positive infinity. Okay. The range, we're riding our elevator up.
I know.
Bring our heart back up. All right, ready? Where do I start seeing the graph?
There.
Right there?
No.
You agree? You see the graph?
Yeah.
No.
Like if the elevator has a sensor right at the very top of it saying graph.
0, -2.
So 0, -2. So our range is going to start at -2, and it's a square bracket. And then our heart can keep going upward, right?
Infinity.
So yeah. Love you to infinity and back.
Until the relationship ends.
But you'll never go back because it's infinity.
I know.
What happens if it breaks?
What breaks?
What happens if you stop loving?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'd probably stop loving after that. Like, I'm not that one.
My mom says you love me to the moon and back.
To the moon back?
But how long is it?
Just to the moon. I don't know, sweetie.
Really? Your mom says the moon. My mom says
Yeah.
sun.
Mom says the sun.
1, 2.
Jacob's mom doesn't say
Talking to
anything.
my room.
His mom is.
My mom says she loves
Mom
you
says
guys.
his
The
mom
way
says
she
into his
acts.
room all the time.
Yeah. My mom's just like, go to your room.
They don't even know I exist.
What? I find that hard to believe.
Like,
Nah,
nah,
Just go to your room.
Oh, Mr. Stirrup, you
Jacob
know
tried
how I
showing
call
me
myself
when he
Douse?
got home.
Uh-huh.
Hi,
Well-
Mom.
Well,
room,
my
now.
mom got
Take
the
the
letter
rooms,
for that
too.
yesterday, and I was just minding my own
Both
business
things.
doing my homework. And it's not
Pretty much after football every day
She
I
got
try to
very
get my
mad.
mom, and she's like, no shower.
Because she got the
No,
letter,
shut
so
up.
she thought it was like yesterday. And I was like,
bad.
I marked you absent today as well, so
What a sad.
get more trouble. I'm just teasing you.
I know.
All right.
No, you don't.
no, you didn't.
Oh, this one. They want to know what the
The voice.
absolute value equation is.
The voice.
The voice is wrong to say that.
They want to know what the absolute value equation is here. Okay, so I'm putting these letters up, which you're like, dude, where do those letters come from? Well, let's just figure this out. So I know that this is the parent function, which is y equals x. Absolute value of x. Agreed? So let's start figuring out a few things. What has to be right there because of the blue graph? What has to be there? And why?
A negative.
What?
A negative.
Perfect. A negative. So this has to be a negative. Okay, that tells that it's going to open downward, right?
Is it a 2 or an A?
It's an A.
Oh, we've been over this.
The x is going to stay as is. So x minus and plus. Okay, so it shifted left how many?
2.
2. So it shifted left 2. It's doing that. And then it shifted up how many? 3. Now, remember how I say it's always opposite? That's why it's opposite. So I have y equals negative. Negative is? Done. So this is the result. So I will tell you on the Schoology part that you'll see on Monday, there's 2 parts written in Schoology. There will be a problem kind of similar to that. They're really similar to it. But it's not going to say what's the equation. It's going to say, hey, what's the shift? So what would you, and the nice thing is multiple choice, so you're not like, well, what the heck does he mean by shift? So you might see that it's saying it shifts right 2 and up 3. It shifts left 2 and up 3. It shifts down 2 and right 3. It shifts left or down or something like that. So this shifts left 2 and up 3, right? And then it flips it over. Does that make sense? No? Where are you stuck?
I don't get how you got y equals x minus h.
So this is just the general equation to an absolute value function, where our parent function is y equals absolute value of x. That's like the most basic, which is this red one. So what did we do to that red one to make it flip upside down? Well, I had to have a negative out front. What did I do to make it go to the left 2? I had to have inside the absolute value x plus 2 because it went left. And then how did we make it go up 3? We have to have a plus 3 outside. So you don't really have to worry about this equation here. You just have to be able to look at that saying, what would make it move left? What would make it move up? What makes it flip upside down? That's it. Feel okay? All right. Done there. Oh, this is a good one. We have g at x. That's the same thing as y, isn't it? Okay, so does this shift right or left?
Right.
It shifts right. Why does it shift right?
Because there's 2 negatives.
Because it's a negative in there, negative 2, right? Cool. Does it shift up or down? Down. How many?
1.
1, because the minus 1 outside makes it shift down. What does the negative out in the very front do?
One down.
Yeah. So this right here flips it. So we have a flip over. So it goes from this, and because it's negative, it's going to make it look like that. And then this is a right 1, or excuse me, right 2, and this is a down 1. Cool. Everyone feel comfortable with that?
That was so
I'm gonna
funny.
put cooking oil on one of those.
Yes, please.
That'd be so funny.
I would, yeah.
His knee is like touching his forehead. Ah! It's like,
Yes.
who put oil on this? Oh, I don't know.
Please do it. That's on recording.
Huh?
It's on recording.
It is.
Don't watch the video.
So at 10 minutes and 30 seconds, hold on. All right. Let's see.
Oh my gosh, that'd be so funny to put super glue on one of the desk chairs.
What do you think's on yours?
It would not super glue, I can move around.
Okay.
You're gonna have to take their pants off.
That'd be hard though.
Or they just be stuck to the desk.
That'd be hard. Like, yeah,
That's the
you're
first
sitting
thing
like
I
this.
think of.
Are you
Oh,
sitting-
they're shaking their heads.
I don't want to.
He pans himself and then instant suspension.
I don't think Sir would tell.
Tell what?
If I was
See? There it goes.
He pans himself as soon as he gets
I'm not really to the chair right now, so.
Okay, so.
Then we get to sit in Mr. Stur's class on the end.
Okay. Cool. So you might come across a problem that looks like this, and they're going to say, hey, where do I shade? How do you know? Yeah.
The alligator thing.
I understand the alligator thing. What about the alligator thing?
It depends what way it's pointed.
I understand. But do I shade?
It's greater.
Do I shade? Let's do this. Do I shade this region here?
No.
Or do I shade this region here?
That
And how do I know?
You plug in zero.
because it's greater.
Do what?
You plug in 0, 0.
Plug in 0. So let's plug the 0 in and see what we get. Alright, so if I plug in 0, 0, that's a good test point. I'm going to get 0 is less than 2 times 0, minus 9. So 0 is less than negative 9. Yes or no?
Yes.
0 is less than negative 9?
No.
No. So where do I shade?
The opposite side.
The opposite side. So down here to the right. Down here to the right, right? Correct?
Correct.
Correct.
Wait, I don't understand the whole 0, 0 thing.
Okay, 0, 0, you're just using it as a test point. You can pick any ordered pair you'd want. But 0, 0 is really easy to use, right?
But I don't get like how to test it.
Okay, so
Like if
0,
I ask-
0, that's an X and that's a Y value.
Yeah.
Still with me? So I'm going to substitute a 0 in right there and a 0 right there. So I got 0 is less than 2 times 0, which is 0, minus 9. So is 0 less than negative 9? Is that true or false?
False.
It is false. So over here is where every point I pick over here will be false. Every point I pick over here would be true.
Wait,
So
but
if
then
I
why'd
pick-
you shave?
So I pick where it's going to give me true. So like, let's pick a point way over here, like 10 comma
Wait,
0.
Wait, if this side is true, but the answer is false, why'd you shave that side?
Because where was it false? On the left or the right?
On the right.
Where's the 0, 0? On the left or the right of my picture? 0, 0 is here, my line's here. So on this side,
On the left.
everything is false.
Okay.
But if I pick something over here, like 10 comma 0 would be over here, right? This is part of the shaded region because we should color and all over
It's
here.
not outside, it's on the inside.
So then I take that 10, 0. Yeah, well, it's supposed to be like that. If I take that and plug it in, that's an X, that's a Y. So I get 0 is less than 2 times 10, which is 20 minus 9. 0 is less than 11. Is that true or false?
True.
True. So the side that, all over here, all those points are going to be true.
Okay.
And so you want to color where it's true.
Okay.
If you find where it's false, you go to the other side, because the other side has to be true.
So even if the answer is false, you always color where it's true.
So you can color opposite side. Yeah. Question?
Wait, so is it saying 0 is greater than 2 and that's false, which is why that region's getting?
I'll like highlight it or whatever.
Yeah, so if I pick this point 10, 0, which is way over here, 0 is less than 11, totally true. So I
Yeah.
want the true place to
Because those numbers are like,
be. They will give the true
Yeah.
answer. Okay? Still doing okay? And then, here's a good one. We already talked about this yesterday. Let's see if we remember. Is this vertical or horizontal?
Vertical.
Vertical. This is a vertical line. Do you agree? Vertical lines have what for a slope? Undefined. Good. That means undefined like that. You still okay?
Yes.
Almost done. Take home test coming here in a couple minutes. Alright. What did I do? I broke something again?
Is that an Ipsy bag?
What am I getting suspended for? Shoot.
I have Ipsy too. Do you have
What'd I do? Dude.
I have Birchbox too.
You guys are killing me.
It's these
It's a girl
boxes.
thing.
Yeah, it's these boxes you get every month full of makeup and face products. It's pretty
Oh, I think my mom gets this.
Is that like Kylie Jenner type stuff?
No.
I know, yeah.
Why do you need to wear makeup?
Jesus.
Agree.
You're beautiful just the way you are.
It's not you, but like.
What do you mean? Wow.
Oh
There
man.
is no lying involved. Just a little white, little dip of
Alright.
truth.
They would like to know.
Wow, that's a bright
They
color.
would like to know if
Every year I get shit.
1,
Hey.
3. Got that right. They want to know, is that black point right there, is that part of the solution?
Yes.
Yes.
Why can you say that?
Because it's in the shaded area.
It's in the shaded area. Why else is it though?
Because it's a
But
shaded
look at how mine's drawn. How do you know?
It's on the line.
It's on the line, and the line is a solid line, which
Oh.
means you would have had this or this for your signs. So this, yes, it is a solution. I couldn't really see mine real well. I couldn't tell, so I just put it on the line. So if it's on the line and it's greater than or equal to or less than or equal to, it's part of the solution. If that was a dotted line and it landed on the line, it is not part of the solution. And then, is that the same graph?
Yeah.
Sweet. And then they want to know, is 0, -3 part of the solution? So which is right there. Is that part of the solution? Is that blue dot part of the solution?
No.
Why not?
Because it's not
It's
in
on
the
the
shaded
shaded
area.
area.
So not that solution. It's not part of this. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, you get, I would definitely utilize this packet that you have all filled out. You've jotted down information of some sort on it. And I'm going to give you all the practice test, or the take-home test. Okay, remember, the take-home test will be count as points. And how you establish points on the take-home test is it's either all right or all wrong. I don't give partial credit.
I want my chair back.
Take-home test, yeah.
Jesus
Don't be
Christ.
rude.
Class test,
You're
I will
such
give
a
partial
bully.
credit.
Wait,
You're making her mad.
wait,
At
you mean
night.
if I get one problem wrong,
So
then
when
my
I,
test is wrong?
No, but if there's like a big old like
Yeah.
this problem right here, let's say the
Is it
domain
good?
right, range is wrong, everything else is right.
You're a girl, so you can get it away.
The entire test?
No problem. Try and listen.
You wish
So this is due on Monday. Is that okay?
Ooh, I don't think I'll be able to do that. I'll be pretty.
I would use any resources you have,
You're gonna be pretty busy
Google
getting
included.
Jacob.
What?
You're gonna be pretty
I don't
busy.
know.
Oh, okay.
It's not 9K right now.
Is it?
No.
That was
Three pictures?
Yeah,
That's like
it takes like
inside out.
1 second. Like, no, Jacob, stop.
Yeah. That's cute. You should like.
Jesus.
All right, I gotta stop recording.
Why are you so reachy?
I'm not really.